The mandate of 625 Powell Street Foundation is to help those who help others. So we recognize excellent leadership and excellent organizations who are doing what we call the real work, and then we invest in those organizations. The real work is the front line. The people are recognizing, without prejudice or bias, where the vulnerable people are, where you can really address their situation, and how you can best help them. So then that organization has leadership, longevity. We look at their financials to make sure there's minimal wastage, if any at all, and that the money's going to the right people, and it's making a difference to the people who need the differences made. Carl and Mark supported St. James Community Service Society many years before I even knew them, which then transformed into the Bloom Group, and there's just been this consistent many years of a good establishment, good organization. So while we do some support in the real estate side, we also support the adult guardianship program, which is one of my personal favorites, because that reaches across many organizations. The services Bloom are providing is being recognized and you don't expect it. So for example, I was in a homeless shelter in the downtown east side run by First United Church. And the manager there said, "Oh, I've just been reaching out to the adult guardianship program on Hastings Street because they're just a lifeline for our community." And that kind of touched me because I know we're supporting this group and we're supporting that group, and we're seeing them work together as a community rather than too much repetition of services. And personally, I like the adult guardianship program because it really addresses some of the fundamental basic challenges that people can have, paying their hydro bill, paying their rent, having enough cash in their pocket, but not so much that when they walk out of the bank, they're now vulnerable to be taken advantage of. We've also supported the transition fund that Bloom Group seems to very effectively run, recognizing that sometimes the stats can show us that that person has gone from shelter to the next step of affordable housing. There's a gap in there that if they go from the shelter to affordable housing and there's no bed or no mattress or no dishes or towels, when they get there, they're going to fall back. The Transition Fund seems to do a beautiful job of recognizing that need and helping people set up and get that first hurdle down when they move into their affordable housing. So we like that program very much. We've also supported some of the garden programs. Lots of services where we see you're creating community, you're crossing all faiths, all organizations, and supporting the people who need it. But sometimes the big hurdles are the capital and getting it first started. So the first bricks being laid in the wall are the most important ones, and we sometimes like to try and come in there. What we appreciate most is we've seen the Bloom Group evolve over time to what was a housing society, to what is really a group that recognizes the need of continuum of care. I see a big movement, or I like to believe I see a big movement, towards more care, more considerate, more support. We're moving away from criminalizing people for some of their challenges into supporting people get through some of their challenges. So that shift in culture will change how everyone views supporting the community. Humanity generally means helping to improve the welfare of others. So it requires us to be curious learners with an unbiased and unprejudiced ear and eye. So really, if you can move to improve the welfare of anyone, I believe that makes you starting to be a good humanitarian. We believe the real work is done by the frontline workers, and the people who engage with the people every day, create community for those people, and support and change the trajectory of those people. They deserve an award every day, and if we can inspire more people to do that work and more people to support those people who do that work, then we're happy.